Christ Games Saga Part 5 of Infinity, the spiritual duel contemplation. But first, what does the word contemplation mean? A literal definition of the word contemplation: 2. The action of taking a thoughtful look at something for a long time. Once again, the word contemplation, or a literal definition for the word contemplation: the act of thoughtfully looking at something for a long time. The act of thoughtfully looking at something for a long time. So, in this video here, I am going to perform the action of looking thoughtfully at my spiritual duel parable for a decent amount of time. Don't know how much time it's going to be just yet, but I'm going to talk until I get my point all the way landed. So, the Christ Games Saga, Part 5 of Infinity, the spiritual duel contemplation. The spiritual duel contemplation. But first, again, why do I call it Christ Games? Think about the literal definition of the word Christ. So far, just the two of them that are online, which are the title, just a title, also treated as a name given to Jesus, and/or an oath, used to express irritation, dismay, or surprise. Irritation, dismay, or surprise? Let's not forget, first, the name Christ is just a title or name given to Jesus. And the most biggest one that I want y'all to grasp in order for the Christ Games to make more sense as to why I'm playing them on you: the oath. Expressing, or an oath used to express dismay, irritation, or surprise. Why irritation though? This entire world does nothing but irritate you intentionally and tells you not to talk about it. Reason why they tell you not to talk about it is because they want you to suffer peacefully. No. Reject, refuse, repulse, cast aside, move it away. It is not allowed. Speak on it anyways. They are playing with your lives. This ain't no truth or dare. An oath used to express irritation, dismay, or surprise. Surprise? Yeah, because everything in this world that they are hiding from you, like all the things they hid from you as a child growing up that you should have been learning about in regards to yourself, especially, at least those parts, they hide from you. So when you speak these revelations to the people, not only are you performing Christ-minded task, but you're also assisting in the manifestation of global soul liberation and global child manumission. Those who have Christ minds, they will automatically drive towards soul liberation and child manumission globally. It's another reason why they call it the Christ Games. And now the game part. Game. A literal definition of the word game: to manipulate a situation. Situation. To manipulate a situation, typically in a way that is unfair or unscrupulous. Unscrupulous. You know what that word unscrupulous is? It's essentially the same as immoral, but not exactly the same as immoral. It's just someone who is, like the other word says, unfair. Meaning I'm doing something, or I'm going to say things that are going to be unfair in a way, or kind of not necessarily, I want to say, not necessarily what you are all ready for. So I'm going to take advantage of that. I know the soul's truth and you all don't. The soul's truth needs to become your disposition, your fundamental truth. That's what the soul's truth needs to become. So I'm going to say things by expressing them. An oath used to express irritation, dismay, or surprise. I'm going to take this Christ logic mindset to express these surprises, to manipulate the situation I am in order to change it by force into a better one, or by trick talking it. How do I trick talk things? Just by saying it out loud, and if you hear it, I got you. Just like that. So, this is Christ Games Saga, Part 5 of Infinity, the spiritual duel contemplation. Now, the spiritual duel contemplation. Before I move on, though, there are two things once again. Two things I want to say before I move on. Random, by the way. The first thing is this one. Our women create their own fears. And second, we do not need people who are psychologically black. We need people who are psychologically Christ. And now the second thing, I'm going to explain that and then go into my parable. So, the first one, our women create their own fears. Not only do they create their own fears, but they then project their fears onto we that they have been making up their entire lives. But here's the thing though, where are they getting the idea to make up these fears? The same place where every other bad idea comes from. The sword being bored into the family body. The sword being bored into the family body. Our women create their own fears and they project their fears onto we that they make up. No, we cannot make those fears up because those fears are their fears. We don't make those up. We can't make those up. Kevin Samuel's voice, remember? This is what he meant then, isn't it? Most likely. Can't make this up. A fear that she is projecting onto you. What is a fear? A fear defines as an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain or threat. You want to know what makes a woman feel like you're going to be dangerous, likely to cause pain or a threat? If the people or the recessive people who are in charge of this so-called world that we are all within, this so-called situation that we are all within, due to how they control it, as you're an infant, they damage you. And then as the woman grows up throughout her life, all throughout her days, she is taught to hate you for the damages they gave you. And due to how she is taught to hate you for the damages they gave you, if she looks at you as something that will be, in a sense, unscrupulous for her grounds to stand with, in other words, meaning you will not make her feel good, due to how she feels you should be making her feel, which in a way she's right, but then simultaneously, we are at war, so we can't do anything for you that you physically need for us to do for you anymore. Thing is, you know this already, and you're just taking advantage of this because this is what the recessive people wanted you to do. You know everything that's going on. You know every little detail of what is going on. You just want to keep playing this game. You all know every detail of what is going on, meaning our women know every little detail of what is going on. They just want to keep playing these games with us. They just want to keep playing these games with us. But why do they want to just keep playing these games with us? Because that's what they were taught to do their entire lives by the most wicked, disturbing people imaginable. This is why they play them. Moving forward, the second thing. What fixes this? Once you know better, you do better. So, we don't need people who are psychologically black. We need people who are psychologically Christ. We need Christ minds. Whether you are mortal-minded Christ humanity, or Christianity, or Christen, or Christian, Christ human, or Christman, Christian, it doesn't matter. I play with that word a lot. I used to be really hardcore when it comes to Christianity. I really did. And Christianity looks a lot like Christ humanity when you take a look at the actual word. And Christian looks a lot like Christ man, or Christman, or Christ human. Christ human. We need people who are psychologically Christ. What happens when you are psychologically Christ? John 14:6, his way becomes your way, and the devil's way no longer does. And it just so happens that Christ's way is your natural way, your 8-dimensional thinking mind way. That's Christ's way. Or it's just one of the ways you can label and describe how his abilities work, because the 8 standard thinking mind is a cap. The thing is, all of our infinite dimensional astral thinking minds are infinite when you really take a look at their capabilities. They're all infinite. There is no cap. It's just infinite. Just because it's a thing that can be measured and analyzed and a theory completely completed about it or regarding its information, that doesn't still take away, or that still doesn't limit what it's capable of being or capable of doing. All of our dimensional thinking ground homes are infinite. They all are. And people who are Christ-minded, whether you are immortal Christ-minded or if you are a mortal-minded Christ human, makes no difference. You are something the world needs right now, because you can help the world know better so they can do better. Well, the mortal-minded Christ humans can't really do too much because they're so stuck in their ways of Christianity or Christ humanity. They're stuck in the teachings of that. So once they upgrade to the immortal Christ mind, and then upgrade to the infinite thinking mind, period, better world, better words get released into the world. A situation that doesn't need to be what it is can get altered more effectively with Christ-minded people. People who are psychologically Christ-minded. That's what we need. There won't be any more harlot women, or there won't be any more opposite of virtuous women. There won't be any more unscrupulous women if they all become Christ-minded. We have to teach our women how to become Christ-minded. It's not changing your gender, it's changing the way you think. Once you change the way you think, you stop destroying the lives of others. Become Christ-minded. And also, too, I personally need you to become Christ-minded so I can play my game on you. Me personally. So now, after that explanation right there, we need people who are Christ-minded, psychologically Christ, not psychologically black. With that thought out there, now, the spiritual duel contemplation. I want to take a thoughtful look at my spiritual duel for a long time. So, it's an 8-dimensional thinking mind view. So what do I mean by 8-dimensional thinking mind? Now remember, 8-dimensional. Even one thing that is infinite can be studied as an individual thing. Even a thing that is infinite can be studied as an individual thing. What do I mean by that? Look at this, for example. This is one thing, right? One thing. The entirety of this thing can be considered an aspect or a detail or something that can be measured and seen, studied, and analyzed. Now, within this thing, there are multiple things within them. There are multiple things in this thing here. And multiple things that can also be individually analyzed and seen as something else. Just a loves card. Truck stop. I used to be a truck driver. You believe that? So, in this parable here, in order for me to give a proper breakdown of my 8-dimensional thinking mind spiritual dual parable, I need to tell you all 8 things that I will be analyzing and or studying in order to label and describe it more effectively. They are as follows. Spirit soul traits, standard 1, or dimension 1, or measurement 1. The conscious mind, the second thing to have measured within this parable. The third thing, the subconscious mind. And the fourth thing, the physical reality that we are in, whether it be the natural foundation, 1, or the artificial foundation, 2. The fifth thing, the enemy's spirit soul traits. Sixth thing, the enemy's conscious mind. Seventh thing, the enemy's subconscious mind. And eighth and final thing, the enemy's artificial grounds that it has us standing on currently that we all need to work towards manipulating the situation of so we can stop projecting fears unto each other that aren't even real and move with the Christ mind that we are so naturally and desperately deserving to move in. So, it's going to be a multiple 8x8 layer though. Multiple 8x8 layered. Because here's the thing. The spirit soul traits essentially have 4 things. And then this conscious mind essentially has 4 things. And then the subconscious mind, same old. And as well as the physical reality, 4 things that need to be analyzed. It's all going to be 4x4s, 8x8s all the way throughout it. So the spirit soul traits for the positive, for my side. The spirit soul traits. What is my side first? My side of this here spiritual duel and what I got, I work for the source of all moral authority. That's who I work for. I work for the source of all moral authority. And working for the source of all moral authority gives me these following weapons, or should I say these following spirit soul tactics, or these following spirit soul traits: peace pals, love bombs, unity spells, and advancement traps. Due to me working for the source of all moral authority, I have peace pals, love bombs, unity spells, and advancement traps. You follow what I'm saying? Those spirit soul traits they resonate in my conscious mind in order for me to be able to present them unto the world But here's the thing, they're also the foundation of my heart, the peace, love, unity, and advancement. Peace, love, unity, and advancement is the foundation of my subconscious mind and the foundation of my heart. It is the fundamental truth that provides the energy unto my mind that gives me what I need to respect and or balance out and or walk good forever. That's what peace, love, unity, and advancement is for me, according to how I'm sensing the energy within me that gives me my abilities to go. Moving forward, the subconscious mind. And what is the subconscious mind? Foundationally, like I said, it's the peace, love, unity, and advancement, and it's where all of your spirit soul traits come from. All of your spirit soul traits come from your subconscious mind. So that means peace, love, unity, and advancement comes from your subconscious mind, and it provides peace, respect, balance, and progression, and or provides you the ability to manifest peace, respect, balance, and progression with your conscious mind, if that makes sense to you. Foundationally, your conscious mind will be peace, respect, balance, and progression, or peace, love, unity, and advancement. It makes no difference. It's all the same energy practicing and or emanating from the same area. You follow what I'm saying? Subconscious mind, your fundamental truth, peace, love, unity, and advancement. Conscious mind, your principles, peace, respect, balance, and progression. And now the physical reality that we are in. The natural grounds I want us to stand on, but right now we are standing on fake grounds. In order for us to stand on natural grounds, the fake grounds have to be destroyed. In order for us to stand on natural grounds, the fake grounds have to be destroyed. And how can we destroy the fake grounds? By summoning the Christ Father in the Spirit. First, well, let's remember this for a moment. The first step into the astral is a four-dimensional thinking mind. That's the first step into the astral from a three-dimensional. And it just so happens that your four-dimensional thinking mind is an aspect of your solar plexus, of your sacral chakra. Your sacral chakra is an aspect of your four-dimensional thinking mind. So that means your sacral chakra is your subconscious mind and or the first interest into the astral, the first step into the astral. Did you know that the sacral chakra's element is water? Your subconscious mind are like the waters. They need to be cleaned and purged from the darkness within them. Wouldn't you agree? That's what these words are going to do, because they're going to summon the Christ Father in spirit, BKA, put you in the Christ state of mind, which is the fourth dimensional thinking mind, and then beyond from there. The fourth dimensional thinking mind is the first step into the astral. The four-dimensional thinking mind, the level 4 dimensional thinking mind, is the first step into the astral. So, what happens when you step into the astral realm for the first time? The King of Kings is summoned, and/or the King of Kings takes over, and/or you begin to rise within your ranks of spiritual upliftance. The four-dimensional thinking mind is your first step outside of the three. Then the five-dimensional thinking mind, the solar plexus chakra. Then the six-dimensional thinking mind, the heart chakra. Then the seven-dimensional thinking mind, the Vishuddha, awareness of these things and how they work and how you can apply them to your life. That's what this is. That's what this will be. Then the eight-dimensional thinking mind, the foundation for this here spiritual dual contemplation. The eight-dimensional thinking mind is the foundation for this spiritual dual contemplation, meaning I am thoughtfully looking at my spiritual dual parable for a long time with my third eye and or eight-dimensional thinking mind chakra. That's what I'm doing here ultimately. And then your nine-dimensional thinking mind, the crown chakra, BKA the nirvana, the highest subconscious mind to tap into. Once you reach this state, all karmas and all things that used to affect you by this world will no longer be able to, which is what the energy I enjoy being in quite a lot. I mean, quite a lot. Moving forward, though. It's just the reality is, since I've been learning more about myself, the last two-dimensional thinking minds, the nine-dimensional thinking mind, the crown chakra, and then the infinite dimensional thinking mind, the soul star chakra, the one that's final, the final, above the nirvana, the main mentality of the universe itself, the soul star chakra, BKA the quantum mind, BKA the infinite dimensional thinking mind, BKA the firmament. That is the highest conscious mind, and the one that I am ultimately trying to get you to with all of these parables, like this current spiritual dual parable that I'm kicking to you right now. You follow what I'm saying? That's ultimately what I'm trying to get you to, the soul star chakra mind, or what could be considered as the quantum mind, because it's an energy that's located outside of space and time, just like the soul star chakra is. So, let's keep on talking about the spiritual dual parable. On my side of the field, or on my side of the board, or on my side of the game, I got peace piles and love bombs and unity spells and advancement traps. That's what I got. And I work for the source of all moral authority. Now, on the opposing side of the field, what are they? What do they have? The opposing side of the field is the source of all immoral authority. The source of all immoral authority. And the source of all immoral authority has warmongers, as my good brother would say. Brother Anton Daniels, warmongers. You're right, warmongers. That's what they are. So that's what they got. I'm going to use that. Use that again. Multiple times I've been using it. Use it again. So they got warmongers. They got hate games. They got division spells and stagnant traps. I'm going to keep the last two the same, but the first two I'm going to change up a bit to make it make more sense. So the opposing side of the field, once again, is the source of all immoral authority. And what they got are warmongers, hate games, division spells, and stagnant traps. I work for the source of all moral authority. What my spirit soul traits are that go to my conscious mind to prepare to be used in this here spiritual duel against them. I got peace piles, love bombs, and unity spells and advancement traps. And I work for the source of all moral authority. So it's the source of all moral authority versus the source of all immoral authority. Let's not forget, what does the word immoral mean? Not conforming to accepted standards of morality. So that means what's immoral is just not conforming to my accepted standards, my accepted natural moral standards. And what does the word moral mean? Awareness, not concerned with the principles of right or wrong behavior and the goodness or badness of human character. So awareness with the good and the badness of human character and behavior. Awareness with the good and the badness of human character and behavior. Measurements of them. The measurements of them. Now, peace, love, unity, and advancement. Each of those four things are individual acts, wouldn't you agree? They are standards that can be measured as an act or a thing. Internally, they are. Peace is one standard to measure, one-dimensional standard to measure. Love is a one-dimensional standard to measure. But the thing is, when you look into love, of course, there are infinite ways to carry out, and there are infinite things to measure within love. But when you come all the way out and look at it as a whole thing, it can be calculated as one thing to have a measurement of, or one dimension to have on hand to execute the thoughts of, or the act of thoughtfully looking at it. The action of thoughtfully looking at it. Action. Actions are all physical. Talking is a physical act. When you thoughtfully look at something with an action, you are talking it out as you are thoughtfully looking at it. You are physically talking about it as you are thoughtfully looking at it, which is what this contemplation is. Spiritual dual contemplation. The source of all moral authority versus the source of all immoral authority. I'm on the source of all moral authorities team, and I got peace piles, love bombs, unity spells, and advancement traps. The source of all immoral authorities team got warmongers, hate games, division spells, and stagnant traps. That's what they got. You follow what I'm saying? So now that I've explained that, and also let you know how peace, love, unity, and advancement is a four-dimensional view. That's a four-dimensional analyzation right there. It's because it's four things that I'm analyzing all at once. Four individual standards. The thing is, peace, love, unity, and advancement, if you wanted to, or if you could find a way to, you can wrap it all up into one-dimensional standard to study. And you want to know what that dimensional thing would be to study? A good emotion. When you take a look at peace, love, unity, and advancement as a one-dimensional thing to look at all together, those four words and that one thing to look at, you can just label and describe it as a really, really good emotion to stand on. A really good emotion to stand on. You follow me? And then when you take a look at peace, respect, balance, and progression, those four things all in one as a one-dimensional standard or a dimensional standard to study or measure or look at, you'll notice it's just a balanced emotion, or it is, or you can label and describe it as a just right emotion. So peace, respect, balance, and progression, and peace, love, unity, and advancement coexisting hand in hand, to study them off as a one-dimensional, like to study all 8 of these things as if there were 2 things and then 2 things into one dimensional standard thing to look at, you'll notice it is just an upright and steady emotion. That's what those 8 things are. All together first become 2, and then those 2 become 1. It is an upright and steady emotion. That's what you can label and describe it when you combine it to one standard. When you combine those 8 standards into 2 and then into 1, it becomes an upright and steady emotional standard. That's what it does. That's what it becomes, an upright and steady emotional standard. So, peace, respect, balance, and progression, uprightness, peace, love, unity, and advancement, good emotion, physical reality, manifest the idea of the soul liberation, the global child manumission, and or the right way to live for everyone, upon the right game, upon the right grounds. Speak these type of words into existence. Come from these foundational grounds. Play this Christ logic game. This could help a lot with psychiatric treatments. I believe it can. I know it can, as a matter of fact. This is another reason why I'm saying it out loud. These words can really help with treating and or diagnosing psychiatric issues, because now you'll know, in a sense, or you'll have a way to combat what is causing you to move in the wrong direction. You'll have a sense and or know how to combat against what is causing you to move in the wrong direction. You follow what I'm saying? So let's look at the enemy's board for a moment. Let's look at the enemy side of the game for a moment. So right now, the enemy spirit soul traits are warmongers, hate games, division spells, and stagnant traps. That's what the enemy's grounds are. That's what the enemy's spirit soul traits are. The enemy's conscious mind is not of my King of Kings at all. The enemy's conscious mind is of the literal devil of the universe. The literal devil of the universe. My conscious mind, the source of all moral authorities, or my 8-dimensional third eye chakra conscious mind, is of the light of the universe. It is of the light of the universe. But the enemy's, the source of all immoral authorities, is the devil of the universe, meaning the remnant of her seed, meaning the electron energy that didn't exactly blend in with the universe during the Big Bang. It just became something due to a light that's just so happened to shine into it from the quantum realm or the soul star chakra realm and gave it form. The enemy's conscious mind, the devil. Our conscious mind is the King of Kings. The enemy's conscious mind is the devil. Our leadership, or my leadership, should I say, is the spirit soul, the source of all moral authority. That is my leadership. My leadership is the source of all moral authority, the spirit soul. The enemy's leadership is the devil, the source of all immoral authority, the remnant of our seed, and the most evil, despicable thing in all of the known galaxy. My subconscious mind. My subconscious mind consists of the soul of the universe. My subconscious mind is of the soul of the universe, or God's kingdom, power and the glory, forever and ever. Ashe, amen. That is what my foundational grounds are. My foundational grounds and or my subconscious mind is of God's kingdom. So my subconscious mind, so our subconscious mind, all of them globally as a whole collective upon this world, our subconscious minds are literally the God, the true God, and the source of all moral authority. This is what our subconscious minds are as a collective whole. The true God of the universe, the soul of the universe. Our one subconscious mind is also every subconscious mind. As our one conscious mind is also every conscious mind. But they can be broken off, or they can be analyzed in 3-dimensional standards. Like, for example, the Most High's conscious mind, the King of Kings conscious mind, and our conscious mind. 3 dimensions to look at, or Trimurti. You follow me? But at the end of the day, no matter how you look at it, it's all wrapped up into one standard to be what you are, a magnificent self. Now, your magnificent self is obligated to face a very disgusting and despicable self that also, and from its one-dimensional standard view, that also has multiple standards in regarding itself that can be measured, analyzed, studied, and defended against. But the thing is, we have to diagnose everything that this enemy that feels like it has some kind of exoneration from, if it ever stops causing these afflictions upon we have to recognize all of the afflictions it caused upon we in the years that it was causing them upon us, and diagnose them. Put the problem on the enemy so you can take the enemy out. Put a problem, but put a face on the enemy. Put a face on the enemy is what I meant to say. So you can take the enemy out, or put a face on the problem so you can take the problem out. Put a target. Put a target on what you need to diagnose. How can you go in there and fix something if you don't even know what you're fixing? Are you just going to go in there swinging at the air, trying to fix the air? What's wrong with the air? Oh, a lot of things too. Never mind. Moving forward, though. So, how can we combat against this? Once again, knowing better is how you do better, because the enemy's side of the field, or the immoral, not conforming to accepted standards of morality. So that means that everything that it is just not accepting what I am naturally. So how do you beat this? How do you win within the spiritual duel? Like I said, knowing better is how you do better. Pick a side to stand on for all the days of your life. Because right now the devil is trying to get you to stand on its standards for all the days of its life. And the devil's subconscious mind are the recessive people globally, the so-called white folks globally, all of them. For example, when you look at the Chinese, the people over in China, the white people, the recessive people who run the region of land colonized to be called China, when you look at him trying to promote all these wars and send us all into wars and try to send us all into killing each other and fighting for no reason at all. Notice everything that they're trying to start, all the wars they're trying to start are for no reason at all. They have no reason to start them. But let's never forget, they all work for the devil. At least every single government of every country is devil ran. Every single government of all of these so-called countries are devil ran. This is why they had new laws here, new laws there. This is why Mozambique is in the riots and in all the chaoses that it is in. This is why Joe Biden just so-called signed 50 new bills on Christmas Eve, which was yesterday. This is why these things are happening. What are those 50 bills going to be? It don't even matter, because you want to know what what the ultimate reality is going to be? What their one standard dimension exposes them to be for us. A detriment. A detriment is a one-dimensional standard view. A deterrent is a one-dimensional standard view problem. You can analyze something that is problematic as a one-dimensional view, or you can get in there and dissect it and see all of the dimensions or all of the standards of this here problem. Like, for example, how I'm doing the enemy right now. Because right now I'm breaking the enemy down in 4 specific dimensional standards. The spirit soul traits, the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and the platform that it has a standing on, the artificial grounds. So right now, currently, once again, I'm going to run through it all one more time. Actually, I'm going to run through both of them again. So, the source of all moral authority versus the source of all immoral authority. Spirit soul traits, peace powers, love bombs, unity spells, and advancement traps. Conscious mind gives and protects life. See where I'm going? And the abilities to live them accurately. Abilities to live them accurately. Peace powers, love bombs, unity spells, and advancement traps give you the abilities to live accurately. Peace powers, love bombs, unity spells, and advancement traps give you the abilities to live accurately. That's the conscious mind, subconscious mind. Now, peace, love, unity, and advancement, and or peace, respect, balance, and progression. Foundationally speaking, remember? Now remember, it's all one. Now, I said for the foundation of the conscious mind is peace, respect, balance, and progression. Well, guess what? I can also say for the conscious mind is peace, love, unity, and advancement. It's all hooked up into one. I just analyze it for what it is, and I call it for exactly the way I see it, so it will not leave any confusion or gray areas, or at least eliminate as many as I possibly can before moving forward. So, double peace, respect, love, balanced integrity and/or balanced unity, or upright and steady unity and/or upright and steady integrity, and progressive advancement. That's the subconscious mind of the source of all moral authority when you wrap it up and analyze it into one standard as it is. When you analyze the entire foundation and/or when you perform the soul fusion. Because remember, it's all one. Remember? Spirit soul fusion. Spirit soul fusion. The acceptance of it. The acceptance of it. Can you respect love? That's the acceptance of this here. Can you respect love? How can you respect love? First of all, who and/or what is love? You. You are love. Random thought. You know what can help eliminate our women's fears and their projected made-up fears of us if they know this about us? We automatically love you. Did you know every man alive pretty much automatically loves you, essentially, because we're all essentially the same? I automatically love every woman alive. I do. What am I getting at, though? Because it sounds like you're just womanizing, blah, 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 right? Hear me as I'm saying these words next. I wish to respect everyone alive. I really do. But right now, currently, you are not something I can respect because you are not operating on the foundational grounds of love. When you operate on the foundational grounds of brotherly love over our depression, you will be something I can respect. But until then, stay away from me and shut up. Moving forward. So, respect love because you are the love to respect. What does the word respect mean? The word respect, a feeling of deep admiration for someone or something elicited by their abilities, qualities, or achievements. You are the love for me to admire. You are the good disposition for me to stand in or for me to admire. I just want to admire you. You know what? When someone asks me what type of woman am I looking for, a woman I can respect. I'm looking for a woman I can respect. Not looking for a woman I can constantly freak on a lot. I want a woman that I can admire all day and respect because I automatically love her. I automatically love virtually every woman I come across because that's just what my body wants me to do. Naturally, love. But the thing is, I have this magnificent conscious mind that prevents it from getting walked all over or ran over. And it gives me the ability to recognize what to respect and what not to respect. And I choose not to respect hatred at all. I choose not to respect war at all. I choose not to respect division, and I choose not to respect stagnates or murdering or killing things. I choose not to respect these things. I only choose to respect peace piles, love bombs, unity spells, and advancement traps. Balance, integrity, dignity, awareness, morals, good moral grounds, not the fake immoral grounds like the one that the enemy has us standing on physically right now, currently, all this concrete on the ground globally, and 20 million displaced Congolanians right now, and wars in Mozambique because the people of Mozambique want to serve the wrong grounds right now, currently. Moving forward, though. So the subconscious mind, soul fusion, double peace, respect love because you are the love to respect, balanced integrity or uprighteous and steady integrity, or balanced unity and upright and or steady unity. We can come together and be the group of people that we all need to be. We can do this. And progressive advancement, always forward, always. Get better, become sound and healthy again. Move at God's speed forever. I aggressively move at God's speed, and so should you. I aggressively move at God's speed, and so should you. I had a way to rhyme it. Moving forward. So, once these grounds are destroyed, meaning once the Christ Father is summoned in the Spirit, once the Christ Father, meaning once you enter your level 4 astral mind, you begin to apply the methods and the ways of the Father into your reality. But first, you have to be made aware of the level 4. You have to be made aware of the 4-dimensional astral realm and how to tap into it. And once you do, the Christ Father begins to guide you into your life, your day-to-day life. In a sense, it does. In a sense, he does. He doesn't necessarily control you at all. And honestly, I find that to be problematic because of our current situation. Only because of our current situation. I don't want to be no slave master, man. I don't want to be no colonizer. I don't want to be no owner of really nothing. I don't really want to control people. I just want to be okay for the rest of my day. Just want to go home. Home liberation. That's all I want to do. My God, my normality, my wife, and my farm. Project 13. Moving forward. So, the enemy's body. Its spirit soul traits, warmongers, hate games, division spells, and stagnant traps or murder traps or lead you to your death, suicide attempts, suicide requests, all day, night and day. Yeah. which is pretty much the reason why that Luigi cat had went crazy on that insurance CEO, because of all the stuff that they were hiding from us, requesting all of these stagnant traps from us. And now this random illegal migrant is told to go set a woman on a subway on fire. Horrible, horrible, chaotic, all around, night and day. But then it's like, it's gonna happen conveniently right after this insurance scandal. And then when you look at the details more closely, it seems like it was all staged just to cover up Luigi's, what he did in that situation there, that he did it to that CEO of the insurance company, who was a lot like the Incredibles, who has the subliminal Incredibles message going. You know how the subliminal message in the Incredibles 2 movie was, what was it doing? It was showing the superhero that was scamming the old people with their insurance policies and whatnot. You follow what I'm saying? Yeah. Luigi probably saw that and said, you know what, this can't be happening in real life. And actually it is. So I'm just going to get angry and go take someone's life, like your Batman or something like that. You know, but things are about to get better. So whatever you're getting ready to go through for what you did, most likely it ain't going to stick. Because once the information comes out about what that man was actually doing, yeah, a lot of people are going to support you, because they have been already in the process. Because the information that came out after what you did, Luigi, all the information that came out is giving people their means to support you, because they can also sense that you may stand on the same grounds as they do. Everybody is just trying to find a place they belong. Everybody is. And the thing is, the men like him, unfortunately, because in reality, if he just had a chance to be reached, if that man had a chance to be reached, he could have changed his dispositional grounds as well. Maybe. I just have hope for all of humanity, bro. I just have hope for all people. I believe people can make better decisions if they were just taught how to make them. And a step into the four-dimensional astral realm will give the Christ Father a chance to manifest a better way into your reality. People are already supporting you, Luigi. Thing is, whatever the recessives do, I don't necessarily support. I only want to support what the melanated people want to do, and what the melanated people want, and what the melanated people are. And what you did brought a lot of distraction to their minds and heart spaces. But I get why you did it. Empathy. So, Godspeed to you, Luigi. Moving forward. So, the enemy's grounds are artificial and fake. The enemy's spirit soul traits: warmongers, hate games, division spells, and stagnant traps. The enemy's conscious mind takes life and the abilities to live them accurately. The enemy's subconscious mind: war, hatred, division, and stagnance. And the manifestation on the grounds was evil, ugly, abnormal, and artificial. The manifestation of the source of all moral authority's grounds will be all things good, beautiful, normal, and natural. See, I'm repeating a lot of things that I've said before for this game to actually make more sense, if you noticed it. I'm repeating a lot of things that I have been saying. Virtually all things that I have been saying, I've been repeating them to make this game make more sense to you. But listen at how much it coexists with our situation. Look at how much it coexists with our world today. Look at how much it resonates. Look at how much it matches and or mirrors the society that we are in. Listen to how much it does. Do these frequencies from my mouth, do they resonate and or mirror and or frequentially reflect what society is today? Frequentially reflect. Frequencies, or frequent reflects, or frequency reflection. Frequency reflection. Do these words have proper frequency reflection of the world we are standing in today? The artificial world we are standing in today, one that is offered with things evil, ugly, abnormal, and artificial, when we want our world to be of what's good, beautiful, normal, and natural. We want a world of what's good, beautiful, normal, and natural, yet the enemy wants a world of what's evil, ugly, abnormal, and artificial. And these are the grounds that we are all standing on: the evil, ugly, abnormal, artificial grounds. Abnormal grounds, artificial grounds, evil grounds, one that are against my natural standards of morality. Ugly grounds. How does something become ugly? How does anything be ugly? How does anything turn ugly when everything starts off beautiful? Did you notice how every child or infant baby is born beautiful? Every infant baby is born beautiful, is it not? And then as babies get older, 1 year old, 2 year old, Everything about them is even more magnificent. And the energy that every child gives off naturally is just so vibrant and so replenishing, rejuvenating, restoring, renewing, resettling. God's kingdom resettling. Our children have God's kingdom energy. Our children have God's kingdom energy guiding them all day long. And this is the world that we allow for them to grow up in, for them to stand in. We need to question ourselves. We need to look at ourselves. We need to analyze our own standard measurements. And if we have measurements a part of our person that can cause a detriment for our children, we need to diagnose them. Care for your children. Global Child Manumission. So, the first step into the astral is how you summon the Christ Father in a sense. The level 4 step into the astral is how you summon the Christ Father into the field in a sense. And once the Christ Father is summoned, everything else after that, from the 4D unto the infinite D, you could begin to manifest and hit the enemy in the face with. This is how you take it down. This is how you beat it. Summon the Christ Father, the level 4 astral or 4-dimensional thinking mind. The first step into it, meaning the sacral chakra subconscious mind, meaning our first subconscious mind. How do you step into it? How do you summon it? How do you tap into it? Become aware of it and how it works for you and apply it. Become aware of it, how it works for you, and apply it. Become aware of how your inner subconscious groundwaters work. Become aware of how your inner subconscious groundwaters work. Your inner subconscious waters. Become aware of how they work for you and become like the water. Bruce Lee voice, right? What could that possibly mean? Well, virtually every parable has something to do with moving the one correct way you were born to move in. Virtually every parable you come across is going to tell you to move the one correct way you were born to move in. Virtually every parable is. And the ways of the water, the way of the water is a way that you're naturally born through, to and through, and should be living in, if this makes sense to you. Every moment has to make sense. Every word has to mean something. Every word has to spiritually uplift you out of the dark spaces that you are all currently in. So, 4-dimensional astral tap in is the first step. Awareness of the 4-dimensional thinking mind is the first step into the astral, and the way to summon the Christ Father Spirit into our reality. Summoning the Christ Father Spirit, summoning the Christ Father Spirit. Just take a simple first step into the astral, and then 4 steps, just 4 mere steps after that one, or 4 mere dimensional view awareness and/or practices and/or harnessing and/or honing capabilities. The more you hone your spiritual application abilities, the more you tap into the Divine Father until you reach his 8-dimensional thinking mind, which right now, currently, according to the information our ancestors left out here to know about ourselves, is the cap. It's the monadic plane, or it's the savior loka, or the monadic loka, or the King of Kings loka. The King of Kings conscious mind loka. That's what the 8-dimensional thinking mind is. That's what the third eye chakra is. And then right after King of Kings, most highest current physical chakra, well, not physically, but it's inside of our minds. You follow me? Oh yeah. After that, there's the 9th dimension. But I want to mention this for a second. What is spirit? Spirit is a non-physical part of a person, which is the seat of emotions and character. Did you notice there's a Ra in the word character? Ra means sun. The soul. I did some research. Turns out this non-physical part of people is what can be labeled and described as an electromagnetic force. That's what the non-physical part of a person is. It can be labeled and described as an electromagnetic force. So what is the word spirit literally? The word spirit, if you want to see it this way, the electromagnetic force that is a part of a person, which is the seat of emotion, energy motion, and character, ra, character, ra, in the character. So that means the electromagnetic force for each person, if this is true, if this individual story is true, is the seat of your inner conscious mind's light and your inner conscious mind soul, or waters, or energy motion, electromagnetic force motion, or energy motion. That E can stand for anything. I'm going to just keep it at energy for right now because the non-physical part of a person is the electromagnetic force according to what I've studied. Once again, I'm going to land this video and I'm going to go ahead and close it out because I didn't want to talk too long again. So, the astral realm. The first step into the astral realm is how you summon the Christ Father into our reality. After that, the more you tap into the nature of the astral realm, the more you receive his peace piles and his love bombs. And once you get the peace pile and the love, once you get peace piled and love bombed on from the Christ Father's spiritual nature, what ultimately happens is that everything about you gets destroyed. And then from there, the balance integrity or the unity spells begin to take over quite the most, and it gets to destroy the division spells, meaning the peace piles destroy the warmongers, the love bombs overwhelmingly destroy the hate games, overwhelmingly destroy hate games with love bombs. You can infinite bazooka or whatever gun you want to think of against hate games with love bombs. You can perform these tasks and you can destroy hate games with love bombs. Unity spells are what dispel. A unity spell is a dispel of division spells. Unity spells are dispels of division spells. Integrity spells. Why is the word integrity? Well, first of all, the word integrity is a deeply rooted synonym for the word unity. And reason why is because if everybody comes together on the same mind, or in the same accord and standing on the same grounds internally, integral grounds internally, brotherly love, overcoming our depression internally, once we are all standing on those grounds together, that's essentially our unity right there. You want to know why? Because we are all getting ready to fight against a common enemy. You follow what I'm saying? And now, progressive advancement. My progressive advancement traps. They destroy or negate and destroy the enemy's stagnant traps. My progressive advancement traps negate and or destroy the enemy's stagnant traps. So meaning instead of you living for suffering to death, you will be living to thrive for all eternity. Living to thrive versus suffering to death. Living to thrive versus suffering to death. My progressive advancement traps are going to trick talk you all into living for your own well-being, living to thrive, and living for the good of you and your children for all of eternity. The enemy's stagnant traps are going to leave you in what's evil, ugly, abnormal, and artificial. Stop you from moving forward in any kind of way every day you live. My Christ games are going to stop that from happening. Because let's never forget that at the end of the day, it's all just people, a one standard species, causing all this mayhem due to the devil moving to and through said people in order to force them to cause the mayhem. One more random question, then I'm going to close the video out. But that's my spiritual dual contemplation right there. So one final thought before I close the video out. I have a question. How is it possible for there to be multiple species or multiple classified species in one species? How is it possible to have many, many, many different species in one species? Like, for example, how is it possible that you have a white people and a black people in the same people? How is that possible? Have you ever thought to ask those questions? Those honest to God rhetorical questions? You want to know why I say they're rhetorical? Because you already know the answer to them. A rhetorical question is one that you already know the answer to. There isn't, nor are there, multiple species in our one genus. There's only one species of we, what we are. Those with arms, legs, head, and torso. People, soul people, all of we are. We are only one species. Just because you were genetically modified and told to believe you are something different, that does not make you different. That just makes you psychologically different. So what if we all became psychologically the same? Christ games, Christ-minded people. And then you step up and go even beyond the immortal Christ mind into the infinite immortal mind. Because the soul itself is immortal. And so is the Christ games, or the Christ power, in which the soul moves to and through as the Christ Father within us moves to and through us. The immortal soul moves to and through Christ as Christ moves to and through us. God is the kingdom. Christ is the king of the kingdom. God is the infrastructure. Christ is the building on top of the infrastructure. And we are the dispatchers and or the people that come from the infrastructure and the building that Christ and God are of. Tap into the God nature you are so destined to tap into and be and manifest into our reality. John 14:6. Shalom, shalom, shalom. As I just said, you are the heaven that was meant and or destined to be manifested into our reality. Believe it. Be it. Make it happen. Make earth heaven again. Peace, love, unity, and advancement to you all, my family.